Hello, and welcome to the first episode of the Off the Bench podcast. I'm your host, Ian Losardo, and let me tell you a few things about myself. This podcast will be about sports because I just love sports. I love to talk about it. I love to watch it. I love everything sports. The podcast will mostly be about every Wednesday. I know it is a Saturday, but it probably will be every Wednesday. Um, it will feature football, baseball, and basketball. Sometimes hockey, sometimes soccer, and sometimes UFC like today because there is a UFC pay-per-view tonight. So I will share my predictions. Um, but yeah, I'm a big New York sports fan. I am from New Jersey. I'm a 14-year-old, but I love New York sports. I'm a Yankees, Knicks, Giants, and Rangers fan. Um, so let's just get straight into it. And the first thing I would like to discuss is actually the MLB off season. So the MLB off season has been upon us, for almost, I'd say almost, I think almost a month now. Um, but we just got a huge signing, the biggest in North American sports. Shohei Ohtani, $700 million to the Dodgers. 700 million, that is right, for 10 years. He's getting paid 70 mil a year. And what's even crazier is I'd like to show you guys um, Otani's contract. Let me pull this up real quick. So Otani is going to be paid 20 million for the next 10 years. For the next decade, he'll be paid 20 million. And then when he's done, when he's done in the league and retires, hangs up the cleats, he's going to get paid the rest of that money. So he'll be making 60 million per year. That is right, 68 million per year from 2034 to 2043. Now, what we know is that Otani offered this to other teams, but the Dodgers gave him the best offer. He thought they were a winning team, which they clearly are, and they definitely will be. Otani also did it, I think, a couple reasons. So I think he took this pay cut um, for the better of the team. He wants to win, right? He left the Angels. They were a losing team. He was never in the playoffs with them. And they had Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. They're the two best guys in the game. Yeah, they're the two best guys in the game, and he's rightfully so. He left and went to the other LA team. He went to the Dodgers, and they're going to be a winning ball club probably with him. They also just traded for Tyler Glasnow and Manuel Margot and extended him for 5 years, Glasnow. But Otani also, another reason I think he took this cut was so he didn't have to pay that LA tax. That's like a lot of money. He's making a lot of money. But all right, let's get into the next topic. Let's get into Yamamoto. So what we know is that he's met with teams like I think the Giants, the Dodgers, the Yankees, and the Phillies and the Mets. Uh, he's been in LA, I think for the past week maybe. Um, the Yankees, I mean, they're my favorite team, so I'd like to talk more about them. But let's just talk about all of it. Let's talk about Yamamoto. So let me pull this up. Let's see. All right. Yamamoto, I think the favorites are the Yankees and the Dodgers, right? I think Otani took that pay cut because he wants the team to get Yamamoto, maybe. He was there with when the Dodgers met with Yamamoto. Mookie, Freddie Freeman, and Shohei all were there. But my prediction for Yamamoto, I think he'll end up going to the Yankees. I'm not just saying that because I'm a fan, but let's get into the Yankees struggles. We all know, if you're listening, we all know that the Yankees need two pitchers. They really need two pitchers. They have the Cy Young, Garrett Cole. He's a beast. He's a beast. They have Carlos Rodon, who was a beast, but he played. Let's be real, he played fucking terrible last year. He did not play good at all. Um, Nestor, we don't even know if he's gonna pitch. He got hurt last year. Um, we don't have Frankie Montas anywhere. We traded Michael Caine. Clark, I don't think we can rely on Clark Schmidt. We need guys. Luis Severino left. We need pitching. We need starting pitching, and I think that starts with Yamamoto. I think he's 25. He's the future of the MLB in pitching. He's great. He's just amazing. He throws the ball 100 miles per hour, and then throws. He's just nasty, effortlessly. He's so nasty. We just need him, and he could be a big part of the Yankees. I think the Yankees also need to look at guys like Jordan Montgomery, the ex-Yankee. I would love for the Yankees to bring him back. Jordan Montgomery is a stud. He was Texas's best pitcher when he got there. Um, Rightfully so. He's big lefty. He doesn't throw the ball that hard, but he's very good. He knows how to pitch to a hitter. He knows how to get guys out. um, and yeah, I just think the Yankees need to get guys like this on the pitching end. We, I really just my Christmas list is already half complete. The Yankees got Juan Soto, lefty. I think he's also 25, maybe. He's going to fit right in. He had 34 home runs last year. Soto is a beast. He is a beast. That outfield is going to be scary. Trust me when I say this. The Yankees will have the best outfield in 2024. The Yankees will have the best outfield in 2024. Alex Verdugo, Aaron Judge, and Juan Soto. That is gross. That is gross. Yeah, I'm just very excited. I just want the season to happen. But I think, because we're talking about the Yankees anyway, I think the lineup would go like, I would say our leadoff hitter should be DJ. I mean, I know he really didn't play good last year. He's been hurt, but I think we need to have him at leadoff. I think Judge should hit third and Soto second. I think if you can't, then they can't walk Soto as much. No, never mind. I think Judge should honestly hit second. Um, because how they want to walk Judge. As we know, the pitchers wanted to walk Aaron Judge last year so much because no guys were around him, no guys were behind him, right? It was like, I mean, Glaber played great last year, but Rizzo sucked and he got hurt, he got concussed. Thanks a lot, Fernando Tatis. But like the Yankees were not good last year. They were not a good offense at all. They were probably the worst, one of the worst, if not the worst. They were right there with Oakland. But I could really just see Judge batting second, so that because you can't walk him if Juan Soto is behind him, right? And then I think we have Rizzo batting 4. I would say Stanton batting 5. Now I want to discuss Stanton. Boone has been saying how Stanton wants to get healthier this year, probably a little less toned, a little less jacked, because he wants to stay on the field because he knows that he's been getting hurt. He gets hurt every year, and the Yankees need to prepare for that. I mean, Cashman said it; he shouldn't have, but everybody knows he's right. Stanton gets hurt way too often, way too often, and they can't rely on guys like last year. We relied on Jake Bowers to back him up. Billy McKinney, even though McKinney played decent, but we can't rely on these guys, right? We can't. He needs to be healthier. We need to get people, and we did. We got Alex Verdugo. We got Juan Soto. We got Trent Grisham. He might not be the best hitter, but he's still good. Behind Stanton, I would love to see Doogie. Alex Verdugo. I know I shouldn't be saying this as a Yankees fan, but Alex Verdugo, I hated when we played him, but when he would play against other teams, I loved him because I just thought he was so good. He's, I just thought he was great, and I like the way he plays, and I think he's what the Yankees need, a guy like him, who could hit. Then I think Glaber bats behind Doogie. You could arguably replace Glaber with Stanton. Stanton bats seventh, Glaber bats fifth. But I think for the start, I would like to see Glaber um, batting seventh, even though he had an amazing year. That just creates depth through the lineup, and that lineup would be scary. Glaber Torres, who had 270 last year with over 20 home runs, that's so scary. Come on. I think behind Glaber is Austin Wells or Volpe. You could put either one, but I think it should be Wells because if we get a little righty action, we get another lefty. And I think Volpe bats ninth, and then he could get on base. You never know. He could have a great year. Um, but I'm very excited for this Yankee team. I really think they could be special this year. They just need pitching. Um, Guys like Yamamoto, like I said, in Montgomery, I want. Uh, the Japanese pitcher, Shoto excuse me, no, I'm saying this wrong. Amanja, something like that. Just gonna call him Shoto. Like we need these guys. They really need pitching. And I think the Yankees have had their eye on Yamamoto for so long. I mean, Cashman was at his no hitter. Um, they've just had their eye on Yamamoto, where it just gives me good hope that Yamasoda is going to come real. Yamamoto and Juan Soto, because it already did. Cashman's making moves. We see it. All right, that's enough for the Yankees. Let's just talk about a couple more free agents and then go into the NBA. I'm just going to drop a few predictions. Uh, I think Cody Bellinger is going to stay with the Cubs. I I think he played great there, and why would he leave? It's like just a great fan base. It's a great place for him to stay, right? The Yankees don't need him anymore. I mean, the Giants do need him. They're still in on him, but like they just signed Jung Ho Lee. They I think the Cubs get him, and then I think the Cubs also are going to get Matt Chapman. I really think they should. I don't know if they will, but I think they should. That team could be very good. It's a good sleeper team next year. They could easily take their division. They could easily take the Central. I don't think the Brewers are that good. I really do. I really don't. Um, I think the Brewers are going to get rid of Corbin Burns uh, this year. I think this winter or before the season or at the deadline. I think they get rid. I think Burns is not a Brewer. I think Brandon Woodruff is not going to be a Brewer any much longer. I just think they're going to sell. Uh, but yeah. So I'm just gonna do a few predictions. I know I said that, but um, let me pull up the MLB free agent tracker. And then I'll just list like 5 to 10 of where I think they'll go. Um, all right. Sorry, guys. Um, all right. Let's list this. All right. We'll do this. Okay. So, all right. Let me share. Sorry, let me share my screen. Okay. So I think Yamamoto goes to the Yankees, like I said. I think Blake Snell is. I think the Cardinals want more pitching, and I think he goes to the Cardinals. I don't think he goes back to the Padres. Belly, I think he's going to the Cubs. Aaron Nola, we already know where he went. Josh Hader. Now I think he's a Dodger. Might not say it here, but I think he is a Dodger. Um, Sonny Gray already signed, and then Monty. I'd really love to see him back to the Yankees, but I just can't see it happening. I would love if they went after him. I think he goes back to the Rangers, or he goes to the Cubs, which would be great. But I think he goes back to the Rangers. Um, Matt Chapman, I think he goes. I think he goes to the Cubs. I don't think the Yankees are favorite. Um, yeah. All right. All right. Now let's get into NBA. Let's get into the NBA news. First, I would like to pull up Jalen Brunson. Let's talk about Jalen Brunson's game last night. Wow, what a freaking game from Jalen Brunson last night. This guy is unbelievable. He's so good. He's the king of New York. He is a beast, and he's from New Jersey. We got three Jersey guys in New York sports right now: Anthony Volpe, Tommy DeVito, and Jalen Brunson. Um, Brunson is he's so good, man. When I first went to a when I first went to the Knicks last year and I saw Brunson, he was just so good. And I was like, all right, 50 points, 9 threes, 5 steals. I think he had 9 assists and 6 rebounds. I want to say, just that's a historic night. He is so good. He is so good, man. He's just unbelievable. Like the I used to say I always said the Knicks are a superstar away. Right? He's their superstar. Now they need guys who can back him up, and Julius Randle has been backing him up. Emmanuel Quickly's been backing him up. These guys are so good. And a guy on the NBA trade deadline uh, is Donovan Mitchell, who we all know what fan he was growing up. He was a Knicks fan, right? Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle. That's a good big three because I think RJ. I don't know if RJ would be traded in that, but I could see it happening. But I mean, just if Donovan Mitchell goes to the Yankees, the Yankees goes to the Knicks. I think they're scary, man. I I think they're gonna be scary. Um, now what is the deal? What is the deal with Draymond Green? You know, I hate this guy so much. If he was on the Knicks, I would love him, but I hate him so much. Why is he punching guys? Why is he always getting in fights? I swear, every time I look at Instagram at like 11:30 at night on a Tuesday, it's like Tuesday night at 11:30 or midnight, and I see Draymond Green ejected, gets his second tech or some shit. Like he's always getting in fights. When he choked out Gobert, like I remember that time he fought Braun. Like, what is this guy doing, man? And now he's just punching guys, right? Wow. And I'm pretty sure he claimed it was a basketball move that he was doing. I don't even think he had the ball, right? I'm gonna pull up that clip on YouTube real quick. I like leave your comments. Do you like Draymond Green, or would you like him if he was on your team? But do you like him? Because I don't. I think he's a jackass. I really do. I don't like him at all. Sorry, the Wi-Fi right now is not good in my house. Yeah, I think he punched Yusuf Nurkic. Um, and Nurkic went right down. Like he was like maybe Draymond. I would love Draymond if he was in Nick. I've said it multiple times, but maybe this is not the right sport for Draymond, right? Maybe he needs to be at the pay-per-view tonight. Maybe he needs to be fighting Leon Edwards or Kobe Covington or somebody, right? This guy's just punching people. And dude, he's suspended indefinitely. Um, all right, there's an ad, but he's suspended indefinitely, so we don't know how long he will be. I would love to see him get a 15, not 50, he's not gonna go. 10 game suspension. I would love it. Uh, I don't like the guy at all. Um, he's not a nice guy, not at all. All right. Let me pull up. Oh my God, the clip is so glitchy, guys. I'm very sorry. Yeah, I'm not gonna show this. I'm just gonna edit it later. All right, edit this out. This will not be in the podcast. I'm trying to edit it out. If it is, I'm sorry. Just kidding. All right. But yeah, I just I don't like Draymond. Um, I would also like to talk about Zion Williamson. Right, he's been a pretty big topic this week. I would say the discussed um Pelicans discussed is eating. Right, Zion's 280 pounds. Right, he needs to be conditioned. He's not. I was watching the Pat McAfee show. Zion is not a average Joe off the street, right? Who are we saying you got to eat better? You're too big. No, he's a basketball player. He's in the NBA. He's 23. He's an NBA player, and he's not conditioned. He's in a extreme cardiovascular sport. You're running all the time in basketball, right? Running up and down the court all the time. You're jumping. You're just. It's a very active sport. He needs to be more conditioned. Um, it's and we all know what the problem is. It's been a big topic since he's entered the league, since he's been in the NBA. He just needs to eat better. And I've seen stuff like that Stephen A. Smith or somebody is like, get a chef, get a private chef, right? It would work. Um, make him his meals every day, get him in shape, and then he's gonna be even better. He's already a beast. He's already so good. But imagine if he was just healthier, right? Dude, that guy's gonna be unstoppable. Um, but yeah, and I love Zion because I'm a Duke basketball fan. Zion's 284 pounds. He's got to slim down a bit. I don't want to sound like that, but he does. We all know it. He needs to get better in better shape for the if he wants to play in the NBA. We don't see big guys in the NBA unless they're centers. You guys know who I'm talking about. Nikola Jokic, two-time MVP, Finals MVP. Jokic is the only big guy that we really see who's not in good shape, but he makes it work. He doesn't need to be in shape. He doesn't really care. I think if anybody said, Jokic, you got to get in shape, he would like tell them to fuck themselves. Let's let's be real. All right. Um. Now my favorite topic. This is going to be the longest topic. Um. The NFL. The greatest thing of all time. So I'm gonna talk. I would like to talk about the NFC first, or the MVP conversation. But we just have there's a lot to discuss in the NFL right now. Um, big things happening, great things happening. Um, I'll start off with the MVPs. Uh, my MVP right now is Dak Prescott. Dak is so good, man. He is so good. Let me pull up his stats. All right. Dak has thrown for 3,505 yards, 28 tutties, 6 interceptions, and he's a 107.5 passing rating. He's unbelievable, man. I would love to see his stats right now with previous MVPs. So Mahomes won MVP last year. Mahomes won MVP. Let's see. His stats last year, he threw for 41 tutties and he threw 12 picks, 5,250 yards, and a 105.2 passing rating. Dak is a 107 right now. There's 4 more weeks left, 4 more games left to play. Let's look at Mahomes stats through, right now, I think we're going into week 15. Yeah. So let's look at Mahomes stats through week 15 last year. Mahomes. But I'm going to tell you guys my top 5 MVPs. I think 5 is Christian McCaffrey. That guy's unbelievable, right? He's so good. He makes the Niners a way better team. We could see it. I think the 4th MVP favorite is Lamar. Now, you guys might think I'm crazy, but Lamar is unbelievable, but I think these 3 are better. My 3rd is Tyreek Hill, right? They're not going to give it to him. We all know they're not going to give it to a receiver. He's the offensive player of the year by a long shot. He's going to get over 2,000 yards. He's so good, man. Nobody can stop him. You can have, you think when you on Sundays, when you watch the Dolphins play and you're watching Red Zone, you always see a Tyreek Hill 70-yard touchdown where he beats 2 guys and then he beats the safety, right? Like, a safety is not going to stop him, and 2 guys can't guard him. They have a fast guy, they have a tall guy who's slower. Nobody is catching him. He is faster than everybody. He's so good. He is just beast. All right. My 2nd is Brock Purdy. Purdy, you can argue he's a system quarterback. He's not. He's not. I don't think he is. I think he makes the Niners better. And I think you. I just think he's very good because why wasn't Jimmy Garoppolo leading this team the way he is? I mean, they were very good last year, but they weren't going to win the Super Bowl when Jimmy Garoppolo was their quarterback, right? You got to think of it like that. I think if other quarterbacks were in Purdy's shoes, right, they'd be in this. They'd be number 2 MVP too. They would be a favorite also. But I just think Purdy is so good, and he's so good around him that he's my 2nd MVP. And then, like I said, it's Dakota Prescott. Yeah, he's insane. All right, look at 2022. Trying to get Mahomes stats from week 15. Okay. Yeah, I can't find it. All right, it's fine. He needs 13 more touchdowns in 4 weeks, I think. Yeah, that's very possible. I think Dak could do that in 3 weeks, right? 4, 4, 4. I mean, 4, 4, 5. Like, he could do it, but I think it's more doable than 4. But they do have a tough schedule, and that's what I would like to discuss next. The NFC. The Cowboys have a very tough, not very, they have a tough schedule coming up. They play the Bills tomorrow, who, even though the Bills are in the hunt right now, right? They're one of the best. They're 7-6. They're one of the best teams in the AFC. Argue like they had a few bad weeks, I would say, but they are very good. They're they're very good. Josh Allen, arguably, is one of the best. I think he's the fourth best quarterback in the NFL right now. Josh Allen, I know he's a turnover machine, but he's a beast, right? He's the reason the Bills win their games, man. Um, but Cowboys play the Bills tomorrow. Then they play the Dolphins, which I don't know. I think the Cowboys could dominate that game. I think um I think nobody on that defense is going to be able to stop Tyreek Hill. The Cowboys have a great defense. Nobody's going to be able to stop him. Bland is not going to stop him. Gilmore's not going to stop him. They're not fast enough. But their defense can get to Tua in a heartbeat, right? Their defense is just so good. Their D line, their linebackers, everybody's good on that team. Um, so I could just totally see Dallas dominating that game on Christmas Eve. Um, then the Cowboys play the Lions, which, well, I'm just gonna say it. The Lions are 2022 Vikings. The Lions are frauds. They are frauds. They are frauds. I do not think they are. I think if they played the Giants, I'm a Giants fan. I think if we play them in the playoffs, if we get there, we are beating them. I don't think they're good. I think they're frauds. I think they're fake. Amon-Ra is great. Aiden Hutchinson's great. Gibbs great, right? All they have great guys. I You could say the same thing about last year's Vikings. Kirk Cousins was great. Dalvin Cook he was not great last year, but he's good. Justin Jefferson, we all know he's amazing. Daniel Hunter, he's great. Um, they're last year's Vikings, man. The Lions are not good. They're good, but they're fake. They're pretenders. They're frauds. They're frauds. Cowboys are going to dominate that game too, I think. Then they play the Commanders. That'll probably depending on what the Eagles do in their next four games, which is pretty an easy schedule. Um, the Cowboys are probably going to rest their players if they have the first seed locked in. But if they don't, that's a win. But I think even if they do, that's a win. I think their bench is better. Maybe get Trey Lance in there. He dominates that Commanders defense. Shows what he can do on an NFL team. They give him somewhere else, like the Jets, maybe next year, or the Steelers, or somebody, right? He shows what he can do. He proves himself, and he starts on a team next year or in 2 years, maybe, or competes for a job. Um, but my Cowboys prediction for the next 4 weeks, I think they're going to win all, or they're going 3-1, and losing to Buffalo. The Eagles. Now they play Seattle on Monday, which that could actually be a very good game. Seattle is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Seattle's good, but it depends who's their quarterback. If Drew Lock is their quarterback, Philly's gonna dominate. I think because the thing is the problem with the Eagles that we all know. Problem with the Eagles is their secondary. They have the worst man-to-man defense in the NFL. I did not think I would be saying that this year. The Eagles have the worst man-to-man defense in the NFL. Um, Even their fans know it. We saw that fan who um, showed up to the stadium at like what 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Waited out there with two trash cans or something, right? One said "Big Play Slay," one said Bradbury. I mean, he's calling his team trash. These Eagles fans are passionate about their team, and they know that their corners fucking suck. Big Play Slay is not as good as he used to be, and neither is James Bradbury. Bradbury was good last year. He was good with the Giants. Darius Slay was great last year. I would say he's always been great. And he's not bad, but he's not as good as he used to be, and the Eagles need to recognize that next year. But they can't do anything about it now. They just need to play better. They just need to pray. Eagles fans need to pray that their defense gets themselves together because the last fucking 2 weeks they've lost. They've been outscored 75-32. They have played the two best teams in the league, in my opinion. But when you're also considered the best team in the league, you can't be outscored 75-32. Um, but Eagles schedule, so let me get back into that. Seattle, if Geno's in, I think that could be split. Like, I don't know who will win that. But if Drew locks in, I think the Eagles will win that. Either way, really. Now that I think even if Geno's in, it'll be a great game. But I think the Eagles are gonna pull it off. Eagles Giants on Christmas. I think the Giants win. No, I'm kidding. Sadly, I do not see the Giants winning that game, and I see the Eagles killing us. But you never know. Tommy Cutlets could lead us to the win. Then the Eagles play the Cardinals. That's going to be a win. And then maybe same thing with what I was saying with the Cowboys. If the Eagles could lock in that first seed in the East, and they play the Giants week 17 or week 18, whatever it is, I think your boy Tommy Cutlets is getting the Giants in the playoffs. I think he is. I think it's very possible. I'd love it. But yeah. Let's also talk about what the Eagles were doing in practice. What the fuck was that? Jalen Hurts practicing his fumble recovery. Like, I've seen so much shit about how Sirianni is not trusting Hurts, which is that true? I don't think it is. I think Sirianni is. I don't think he's a great coach, but I think he's a good coach, and I think that he trusts his players. I think he trusts Jalen Hurts 100%, and I do see the Eagles being a favorite. I do see the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. I can see it. It's really their defense is the problem. I know their offense played like shit the past couple weeks, but it's their defense. And when your defense is letting up points and your offense starts to slow down, right? Because your offense is you're getting taken out of this game slowly when the offense fumbles. And the Eagles need to do a better job, but what they were doing in practice was a little, I don't know. I heard they were doing it for an hour. It's a little weird. I'll pull up the clip right now of Jalen Hurts practicing that fumble recovery. It was a little weird. Um, all right, let me look for it. But as I'm looking for this clip, let's talk about the Niners. Okay. The Niners play the Cardinals tomorrow. That's a win. Um, that is an easy win. They're gonna kill them. Then they play the Ravens, and the Ravens are one of the best teams in the NFL, and I could totally see the Ravens winning that game. I'm gonna say it. I could totally see the Ravens winning that game. Their defense is very good. Defense is really good. They have Lamar, who's an MVP favorite, like I said. They're a very good team, and I just think I see the Ravens winning that game. I'm not gonna lie, I see it. I see them winning it. After that, they play the Commanders. That's an easy win, and then they play the Rams. Another easy win. They're probably gonna rest their guys though, unless because they already have the first seed in the West. They already have the first seed. Um, and but I don't know. I mean, actually, I don't know if they rest their players that game. It depends because I think they'll want the first seed in the NFC, maybe, right? But never know. One of those teams is going to come out 4-0, right? We know that. I think one of those three teams comes out 4-0, whatever team comes out 4-0 gets the first seed. They're all 10-3 right now. This is perfect. Last 4 weeks of football, 3 teams tied with the same record in the NFC. 2 are in the same division. The Eagles could finish the season. Eagles and Cowboys could finish the season at 13-4 and be playing like the the Falcons, who might not even finish over 500. That's funny to me. That's pretty funny. Um, I forgot. Sorry guys, I forgot about the clip. I'll just I'll edit it. I don't need to pull it up. Then all right. I would also like to talk about Brendan Staley. Finally, he gets fired after losing 63 to 21. I want to say, like, like, yeah, 63 to 21 to the Raiders, who scored 0 points last week. They scored 0 against the Vikings. That was 3-0 to the Vikings, right? They scored 0 game points, and then the next week, Justin Herbert's out, Keenan Allen's out. They lose 63 to 21. Even if your starting quarterback is out, even if your best 2 receivers are out, because Mike Williams got hurt in the beginning of the year for the season, you can't lose 63 to 21. And I blame that on Staley, and rightfully so. They fired Brandon Staley. Not even before 9:30 California time. I saw on my phone, I think around 11:30 yesterday, at Friday, maybe 11:30, 12ish, that Staley was fired, and I'm just like, yeah, we all knew it was coming. Their GM was fired too, but what I think will happen, and I think the Chargers will be very good next year. They need to work on a few things, but we all know Bill Belichick and the Patriots are supposed to part ways, which could be total bullshit. But I don't think it is. And I think they're really going to part ways. And I think the Chargers go and get Bill Belichick. He's going to make that defense so good, and he's going to make Justin Herbert even better. Like, if Justin Herbert and Bill Belichick can, get together, like if he goes to the Chargers, I think they could be pretty good. I think coaching matters. Coaching matters in the NFL. Yeah. Now let's talk about week 15. Let's talk about the Sundays. Talk about the games. There's some games today. I'm gonna show you guys this so that we could look at it together, so I don't have to edit. I'm also very sorry for the editing. It's gonna be very bad. But hopefully it'll get better. This is my first episode of the podcast, and I plan an episode each week. Plan to get a few, maybe a mic, and make the podcast setup better. So I'm sorry if it's not that good right now, but it will get better. So please keep tuning in and please subscribe. Okay. So the time is 11:53 right now. It is the 16th of December, 2023. It's Saturday. So Vikings, Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to kill them. I think Browning, I think he's a beast. He's the Bengals have another JB, and it's not Joe Burrow. It's not Joey B. Bengals are going to win that game. Steelers, Colts. Now the Steelers really need this win, and honestly, so do the Colts. If we look at the standings here, the Colts are in it. They are in it. They are one game back of their division. And you know what? The Steelers fucking suck. I don't want to be like that, but the Steelers kind of suck. That's the Colts game right there. I think that's the Colts game. This is going to be a fun game to watch. Both these teams need this win. Broncos Lions. I think we see a little upset. I've said the Lions are frauds, and they got upset last week. Um, and I want to see an upset. I kind of think the Broncos are going to pull out the game, but you never know. Dan Campbell is a great coach. He wasn't a great coach last week really, but I think the Lions are going to be out there hungry because they lost last week. But the Broncos are also one game back of their division. They're one game back, man. That's anybody's game right there. And I really would love to see the Broncos win that. But I think it'll be the Lions. But I would really love the Broncos to win it. Giants Saints. All right, I'm a Giants fan. Let's just talk about the Giants. Let's get the elephant out of the room. Tommy DeVito. He is so good, man. Tommy DeVito is the best. He's better than Derek Carr. I'm just kidding, but he's a beast, and he's just brought life back into the New York Giants. He's brought life back into this team where they're nowhere close to a contender, but they could make the playoffs. They still have a chance. They're 5-8. They're one game back of the playoffs. This would be a big win for them, and I do think that Cullets will lead them to the win tomorrow. I think he's brought just life back into this offense. He's brought life back into the defense, as we can see. The defense has been playing amazing these past few weeks since he's been the quarterback. And they're 5-8. The refs missed a call in that game against the Bills. We could have won that game. That's 6-7. And then if Graham Gano, maybe if Graham Gano wasn't bad at football anymore, like if he was good again, we would be 7-6. We'd not be a bad team. But I think the Giants win that. Bears Browns. I think that's the Browns win. Joe Flacco's been playing good. So is the Bears, but I think the Browns win that. Panthers Falcons. Let's not even discuss it. Panthers are gross. They're so not gross in a good way. They're nasty. They're not nasty, gross in a good way. They are trash. They suck. They're one of the worst football teams I've ever seen in my life of watching football. Kind of like how these guys used to be, the Browns. But the Falcons are going to win that game, and they need it. Bucks Packers. Jordan Love has been playing very good. Uh, Bucks are not a bad team, but I think the Packers win that game. Jets Dolphins, even with Tyreek Hill out, and I know the Dolphins just lost to the Titans on Monday, but the Dolphins I think win this game. Chiefs Pats, I think the Chiefs are going to win this game. I know the Patriots really suck. Their defense has their defense is still very good. Their defense has been one of the best, honestly, and their offense played great last week. But Chiefs defense is good, and I don't think the Patriots win that game. Texans Titans. I think Stroud's out. Pretty sure that Stroud is out this week. Yeah, he's doubtful. He's listed as doubtful this week. That's the Titans game. Give me Will Levis. Give me Will Levis. Well, I love Will Levis, man. The Monday night game made me really love him. He's just like he was just so excited. It made me really like the guy, and I thought he was a first round pick, and he fell, and the Titans got a steal. Niners Cards. We all know who's winning that game. I don't even need to say it. The Niners are going to kill them. Rams Commanders. The Rams are actually not even that bad of a team. The Rams are going to win that game. Puka is going 100 yards, 1 tutty, 7 receptions, over 100 yards. Cowboys Bills. Now this is the game that we all want to see, right? I think the Cowboys are going to take that game. I think the Cowboys win that 28-25. Dak throws 3 tutties this game. One, and he's going to throw 1 pick. Josh Allen throws 2 touchdowns, and he gets 1 rushing. So 28-24 is my final prediction. Ravens Jags. Ravens are going to win this game. Colts are going to take the first seed. I think they could if Jacksonville lose. Eagles Seahawks, like I said before, Gino could be the decision maker here, but I just still think Philly's gonna win that game. Um, yeah, I still think Philly's gonna win that game. That wraps up the Week 15 predictions. Um, uh, guys, it is fantasy playoff season. Um, my team is in the playoffs. Uh, my quarterback right now is pretty darn good. I got Brock Purdy. Purdy's been playing pretty good for me. Um, and my wide receiver one, I traded for him. I traded Justin Jefferson for him because I had the first pick. I traded for Tyreek Hill. Uh, before Jefferson got hurt, I was like, Tyreek Hill was so good, and the other kid was like loved Justin Jefferson, so I traded him. I really hope Tyreek Hill plays this week. I really need him to win this playoffs. But good luck to everybody in fantasy, and I'm just gonna wrap this up with my UFC predictions for tonight. There is a pay-per-view tonight. Um, Let me show this to you guys. All right, let's look at the card and then get out of here. Um, I am a decently big UFC fan. Not, I wouldn't say I'm a big fan, but I like to watch it when it's on. Um, okay, let me show you guys this, and then it's over for the first episode. By the way, guys, again, I am sorry that it's, you know, the editing is going to be tragic. It's going to be awful today, but I'm going to get better at it. I promise. I'm going to get better setup and everything. Okay. Um, all right, let's go. I'm going to go from down because I want to do the main event last. Oh, wait. Oh, it's not doing it. Okay. These are all the main events. Yeah, I was like going to say. Okay. Nope. We don't promote betting on this podcast yet until I get a sponsorship. Kidding. All right. I think Martin Bude takes this one. He's a pretty good striker. Okay. Uh, no, I don't know these guys. These guys are randoms. Andre Feely because he's American. Let's just skip up. Let's go to the better ones. All right, here we go. I think Alonzo Menafield takes this one. I love him. I don't know why. I really like this guy, and I don't like Dustin Jacoby. He's like an asshole. I like Alonzo. Okay, Josh Emmett versus Bryce Mitchell. I think Bryce Mitchell is going to KO him in under 3 rounds, in 2 rounds. All right, Ferg versus Patty. Now this is a fucking match, boys. This is gonna be a great fight. Um, as we know, Ferg has been training with the one and the only David Goggins. He made him go through Hell Week. Ferg was the only person to complete Hell Week with David Goggins, and the rumor is David Goggins will be in Ferg's corner, for this fight. And I fucking hate Patty so much. I really would love to beat him up myself. I don't think I can. I think he will kill me. But I really hate him, and I love Ferg. Give me Ferg in this. I think he's older. I know he's older, but I think he's gonna prove that he still got it tonight. All right, I think Thompson takes this one. I think Thompson takes this one. He's pretty good. In his last fight, what he did, he won his last fight, and he's good. Um, all right. I don't think Royval wins this one. I think Batano retains. Okay, now the main event: Kobe Covington versus Leon Edwards. America versus the UK. As we know, Kobe Covington is a big. He's big on the US's. We could see here he's got "We the People." He's got a flag. He's got the Statue of Liberty. This is a funny guy. Uh, he loves his America. So do I. And Leon Edwards from the UK. Uh, I really I liked Kobe Covington, and then 2 days ago, he made a comment about Leon Edwards' I think dead father, which was not cool. I know they're fighting and they're talking and but you can't do that. Come on. Uh, and Kobe Covington, he's like kind of an idiot. Give me fucking Leon Edwards. He's gonna KO this fucking pussy. I don't want to be like that. I hate Kobe Covington. I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. After 2 days ago, I want Leon Edwards to knock this guy out of the earth, not where he's dead. Uh, but I just want Leon Edwards to beat his ass. Maybe send him to the hospital. All right, that's it for this week's podcast, and the next episode will most likely be on Wednesday. Thank you for listening, and please subscribe and turn on notifications. Thank you.